Yo Jokers, I heard you wanted to learn how to draft in Supershow. Well, I got you, and I'll try to keep it as brief as possible so you can get into your game. Now for this example, I took a bunch of random cards, took some random competitors, but you're probably using an old school pack or something that comes with a competitor and 27 cards. Now the first thing you do is everybody empty the contents of their decks and sort them into piles by number. So you have cards number 1 all the way down to cards number 27 here at the bottom, and then all of the competitors are also going to be in a pile. Now let's sort. Power is going to be player 1, agility is going to be player 2, tech is going to be player 3, and strike is going to be player 4. Now the first thing you do after you set up is decide who's going to go first. So let's just assume that our power here got the highest die roll and they're going to go first. You've decided the rest of your number order after that, and strike is going to be in last place or 4th. Now mind you, since there's only 4 players, there's only 4 cards in every single pot. And normally you might want to start with your competitors first, so let's use them as the first example. Player 1 gets the first pick, and they may go, alright, let me look at the stats here, and it looks like Slamilton and Chris Bay, they both have a strike 10, so that might be problematic. I'm going to take a Master Cringe because he's the only power 10 in this pool, and I kind of like hand control gimmick. You would pass it to player 2. It would either be passing to the left in rotation or passing to the right in rotation. Player 2 goes, you know what, I'm going to take Danny Limelight. They're the only agility 10. Now player 3 has a choice to make, because whatever they don't take is going to automatically go to player 4. And they may see this and go, alright, well, I'm going to take Chris Bay, I like this effect. And I think there's a card in the pool that might help me out more than others. Player 4, you get Alexander Slamilton. You're gonna have since you didn't get to pick your competitor, you're gonna have a little bit of trouble probably, especially if that's not someone who you're familiar with or that you wanted. So now, since player 1 has already went this round, player 4 gets to start the next round. And this is where things start to get interesting, because you can pick any of these piles. So whatever is the most important to you. Like I said, you might look at the stats and go, alright, well, I'm at a disadvantage here. You know what? I'm going to start with 14 because Master Cringe gets to pick last, and I'm going to put them at a disadvantage. So like, alright, look at the stats one more time. My power is an 8, and the only one with the higher power is Master Cringe. So I'm going to take this wave breaking Kindle stick because I don't want Master Cringe to have it. So by the time I play him, if we're playing this in a pod of 4, by the time I play him, he probably won't have this. Then you'll get the Chris Bay player 3 will be like, hey, I can take this 7 seals because I can actually use it, and then that way I don't have to worry about running into a 14 when I play these other 2 guys. Now Danny Limelight, you either get a leg scissor sweep or a sidewalk slam. You probably take the sidewalk slam so that you can get a little edge on the competition and knock something off their board. And then Master Cringe, you're stuck with the leg scissor sweep. It might help you a little bit on the hand control side, but as opposed to the other cards you could have got, it's not going to help you that much. And then you might go, alright, well, I'm playing Master Cringe. I need something to help me with my effect. Which is whenever you draw, your opponent buries 1 card in their hand. So you might go, alright, well, what can really help me regardless? Alright, let's start with number 7. Thunderous Slap is here, Unacceptable Impact is here, Rainbow Punch is here. So I'm going to take Thunderous Slap because I draw a card when I play it, and if my opponents make me bury, I could draw more cards. So they're going to be burying all the time, right? Then you pass your pile to the next player. You might go, alright, well, I want to take Acceptable Impact because it's pretty good from what the cards that are remaining. And Chris Bay, you might go, alright, well, you know what? I'm gonna take Rainbow Punch because once I use my strike finish, I can always shuffle it back in for my card effect late game, and then player 4 will be stuck with Tornillo, which may or may not help them, but that's essentially how the draft goes. And you're gonna go all the way through all 27 cards until all players have a deck. Then you shuffle up and you play it and you play inside of your pods or inside of your bracket, however your event is structured. But that is essentially the basics of draft and Supershow.